Hello, everyone. Want to talk with you a little bit about upcoming changes here at church regarding our COVID procedures. The recent announcement from the CDC and the change of directives from the state of Ohio put us in a little bit of a different position in terms of how we're going to seat people and things like that, and it gives us a little bit of a peek toward what are our next steps after this. So we met with the staff, and we were led by Jill Solom, and we're blessed to have her helping us work through some of these things. And these are the next things that we're looking at. We are recommending that when people come here who are fully vaccinated, that means they've had their full round of shots plus 2 weeks after that, those people are invited to select whether or not they want to wear a mask in the building and in church. We discussed that at length, that being vaccinated is very much like having your mask on all the time. That's what you did to protect your neighbors. You got vaccinated. We are asking that unvaccinated individuals continue to wear a mask when they're in the building. We are going to end sanitizing the pews after the service. The studies are really strongly showing that this COVID virus passes by aerosol, not by contact. So we're just kind of ruining the furniture. So we're gonna end that. We're gonna phase in the children coming forward for the children's message. That's going to start on June 6th. We're going to be returning the Bibles to the pews soon. Same rationality as not sanitizing the pews every week. It's not a contact issue. We're going to phase in continuous line communion coming toward the end of June. Part of the timing of that deals with me being away for other things and having guest pastors and that type of a thing. But we're going to get back to a regular distribution of the Lord's Supper. Now, we do recognize that there are some people who have been using the radio signal out in the parking lot as part of how they are worshiping. If you need us to consider another way for you to receive the Lord's Supper other than you coming into the building, please come and talk to me. And we can work on that. We can figure something out together. I know that one of the points that people have been concerned about is when will I be allowed to come into the church and just sit wherever I want? It's not going to be quite sit wherever I want. We're still going to have a vaccinated, unvaccinated section for a while anyhow. But we're going to end the sign up for worship when Summit County moves from the red category down to the orange on the state's COVID dashboard. We recognize that the levels of COVID in our county right now are the same as they were in September. And we were kind of building our precautions in September. So as those go down, we're going to continue to try to relax and add in more things that we're used to doing. We plan to continue to open the windows to use the exhaust fan for worship. We also plan that we will continue to socially distant. If we're vaccinated, we're looking at like a 3-foot area while we're still in red, at least, and a 6-foot socially distanced for those who are not vaccinated. But across the summer, as the weather gets hot, if we come in and it's an oppressively hot morning, we're going to do like what we did in the winter, where in the winter when it was really bitterly cold in the morning, we did close the windows and turn the heat up and everything. We'll do the opposite, where if it's oppressively hot or it's an ozone action day, we will close the windows and turn on the air conditioning for that particular Sunday, and we'll send out email announcements and the like to make sure that you are aware. Now, it is important that as we go through this to recognize that what we're going to do here, we're going to operate from the honor system. we're not interested in determining who is or who is not vaccinated. I know that there's a lot of stress about that out there. We're going to trust you to conduct yourselves accordingly, and this is important as we look at each other in the church. As we come together as brothers and sisters in Christ, we have a greater unifying principle, greater unifying person than just people who come together on any given day. We are united in Christ, and in Christ we love one another. And as we're in this time period that's kind of in between, where some people are going to be masking, some people are not, we have to be able to trust each other. We also have to be really careful to not judge one another. We have to respect one another's choices regarding vaccinations and masking and all of these things. I know that there are a wide variety of opinions and looking at the data and all of those things that are out there. These are the things that we're going to do as a church family in order to try to respond the best way that we can to the changing situations. And I'll leave you with this thought. We're in a better place than we were last year at this time. Things are going to continue to improve. There has never been a pandemic or an epidemic in the history of the world that didn't come to an end. And as I've been saying from the beginning, everything's going to be okay. And maybe now you're starting to feel like it really is. God's blessings.